Oh, are you ready? Welcome to Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, the podcast where we talk about gay stuff and discuss the week in LGBT plus history. Today, we have another special edition episode of Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, the quiz show edition. Woohoo! We are recording live from New Orleans, Nolans, however you want to call it. We're
Big Easy.
The Big Easy. That was your nickname in high school, Martha, right? You were called the Big Easy.
Daddy called me.
All right, so
Wait, Steve and Brian were?
You were also flooded, weren't you?
And this edition, as you
Carpet
can
was
see,
a mess.
the mimosas are flowing. It's where we invite our friends to the kiki. Of course, by joining us in the quiz show edition, they don't just get to kiki. They have to earn their gay card by scoring the most points after 2 rounds of questions about what else? Gay stuff! Woo! So before we welcome our guests, special guest Melissa, all the way from Northern Virginia, and Martha, who is a familiar voice, let's say hello to my co-host. Hello, Tony. How are you?
Hey.
Tony's going to be scorekeeper. He's not going to be doing the commercials because he's opted out. Tony was trying to pay his way out of not having to do commercials. So Spencer, you'll hear his voice
We just had
later.
a lengthy discussion this week. We had a huge staff meeting about assigning responsibilities based on skill set.
Yeah.
This is another retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to do commercials.
Right, and we're slowly pulling Tony out of the podcast altogether. So anyone
I'm happy
interested
to
in being
do
a co-host?
anything. I just don't want to do the commercial.
Yeah, we know. We saw you at Rawhide. You were doing anything and everything. Just and hello to Kendall. Hi, Kendall.
Hello.
Kendall will be joining us with Kiki with Melissa a little bit later, and I guess Martha will be joining in a little bit. But the reason we have Melissa and Martha, not just because we're all in New Orleans and having fun, but we're going to talk to Melissa about being an ally, and because she is a strong supporter of all of us, and we love that, and so we want to just talk to her, get her
Wait,
perspective.
before we ask her, is that true, though?
She hates gay
We
people.
haven't gone over this yet.
All right, so let's say hello to our guests. Again, I mentioned Melissa. Melissa, all the way from Northern Virginia, Springfield, Virginia. How are you today, Melissa?
Great, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. She's all the way from Northern Virginia.
All the way from Northern Virginia, but not from Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia is where I met all you amazing people. I work in a restaurant. I've done that for half my life. I'm super excited to be here in NOLA because this is one of my favorite places on the planet.
What did you do before you got into restaurant work?
Nothing. Like, legit. When I was 17 years old, I started waiting tables and used that to pay for college. I was going to get a business degree and then move on to law school. Excuse me. And started working in the restaurant, and I loved it. And I don't know, you have to have passion for what you do, and I have a huge passion for it. And I tell people all the time I'm too smart to do my job, but I don't ever get up in the morning and regret going to work. And there's a lot of people out there that can't say that. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
And you do it well. Like you do,
Thank
you run a good ship, like a strong ship, and like you make stuff happen. So
ship happen.
yeah, you turn things around and you got your things in order. So it's fun to kind of watch you do your thing. So cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's the people that really, it's the connection with the people and being able to make a difference in people's lives. You know, like I've had people that work for me in the past that will come back to me years later and tell me stories of how I made an effect in their life. And that's what I love. And, you know, Martha knows a lot that I oftentimes get very frustrated and different things that come up at work and the frustration that I feel. And I tell Martha all the time, it's the people within the 4 walls. That's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
Even if I'm upset with the administration, the leaders of the company, or any of that, it's that connection with those people and how we make a difference in each other's lives. I mean, I've met so many people through the company that I work for that are more family to me than friends. And I don't think that I know those amazing people wouldn't be in my life if I hadn't chosen the career that I chose.
And you can see that by what you guys are doing. I mean, by the way you interact with your staff and the way you talk to customers, like it's in your bones, which is fun to see.
I'm gonna blush.
That's actually really awesome. So my family's like kind of career restaurant bar people as well, and so I remember when my uncle died several years ago, there were so many people that were like, oh my God, like, you know, when I was down on my luck, he would give me a ham or something. And like little things like that, you don't realize. And then my mom passed away a couple years ago. And there were a few people that were like, oh my God, she kind of like, she was like really good at what she did. So she was kind of maybe like you had to be on your game to work with her. And they were like, I didn't think I could do that, but I did. And like it boosted their confidence and gave them new confidence in life.
Well,
so I
and she
think
made them better.
yeah. And so you don't realize like what an impact you're having on people day to day, right?
Well,
But
they
yeah.
did a news segment about your mom after she passed. Like that was Tony. I mean, like just a testament about like how what an impact she had. So similarly, I mean, Melissa, I think you. I mean, I look at Martha and like you've changed people's lives. I mean, you have a
Martha's been on the
real
news.
impact. Martha's been on the news for other reasons. So, speaking of Martha, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the show.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm
The returning
fabulous.
champion.
The returning champion. How are you feeling today?
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Spell it.
I like it.
We had a little bit of
Was that the
fun.
right term?
Better
Is
be
it
better.
undefeated?
Yeah. We were
You sure sound like defeated. Look at you. You just great.
Okay.
we were out on Bourbon Street last night, and I think some of us are feeling a little rusty. And Martha
us.
just looks rusty.
Just
Get
a
it.
rusty trombone.
Rusty trombone. Oh
So it happens when
man,
you don't dry off.
is that what she has? Oh my. Anyways, all right. So you guys ready to get started? Oh, Martha, tell us what's going on. How you been since we last talked to you back in
I'm
July?
great.
You're great. All right. Anything you?
Constant buzz since the last time.
Oh well, that's good.
Put the,
Unrelated to New Orleans.
put the bottle down once, but I'm back on it.
All right. That's good.
It's good.
Thank God that was scary for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shakes.
Don't be a quitter.
Don't be a quitter. So
Winners never quit.
winners never quit. Well, it's good to have you back, Martha. All right. So you guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In the first round, you'll answer questions about some topical LGBT or career-related issues because I got a topic that could be in your wheelhouse. In the second round, we'll quiz you on the latest episode of the podcast. So that was the one released on September the 29th, and I know you guys road trip down all the way from Virginia, so hopefully you guys took a listen. It's the episode that covers September 29th through October the 5th. So let's review the rules of round one. The round consists of 6 questions. You will each be asked 3 questions, and we'll alternate between the two of you. And you'll have 10 seconds to answer the question correctly. If you answer before the 10 seconds are up, you can earn 3 points. At 10 seconds, you'll earn 2 points. And if you don't answer, the other person can steal for 1 point. All right, got it? Heard. All right, Melissa, you guessed the number correctly, so you're going to get to choose the category. The categories are allies and chilies. So what category would you like to choose?
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
You got this.
The dead air.
I know, because Martha's going to crush me in either one. So
Don't be afraid, sweetie.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Oh,
Let's.
this could be a long road trip back.
She ain't scared. She ain't
How's that
scared.
working?
These are
Allies, I can help you out with Chili's question.
these are famous allies. So they're going to be
Sure, we'll
okay.
go allies.
All right, allies. Here we go. All right. So what category are we in right now? Allies. All right. So question number 1 is going to go to Martha since you got to select the category, Melissa. All right. So here you are, Martha. Question number 1. This character portrayed in a 70s family comedy, All in the Family, lent sympathy to a gay man and drag queen, paving the way for gay inclusion on national television. What character from All in the Family?
Is that the one where the lady says, "Oh, Archie"?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was that I don't know his name. You can see him. Chicken fajitas.
That is incorrect. Melissa, any guess?
Meathead is what Archie called him.
But no, that is incorrect. So the character that portrayed the one who lent sympathy is Edith Bunker. Yeah, so
okay.
Edith Bunker.
I thought it
So.
was his son-in-law, and I can't even think of his name. Edith is the one that says Archie.
Yeah, she was the one who lent sympathy to a gay
So
character.
That went to Melissa.
Yeah, no points there. So all right,
Hey, at least I
question
knew a character.
question number 2.
Because we all love meatheads.
All right. So Megan, this is for you, Melissa. Megan Mullally plays this famous ally in the show Will and Grace.
Karen.
Karen, that is correct.
You're
all
still
right.
gonna beat her.
Question number 3, over to you, Martha. This Academy Award-winning actress who starred in movies like Forrest Gump and Soap made headlines when she tried to set her son with Olympic figure skater Adam Rippon.
Sally Field.
That is correct. All right, Melissa, over to you. The character Gloria often comes to the rescue of her stepson and his partner on the show Modern Family is played by what actress?
Sophia Vergara. I'm not saying it
Sophia
right.
Vergara. That is correct. All right.
Sticklers on the show.
Yeah. We're not technical. Here we go. Okay, over to you, Martha. This is your last question of the round. We'll see how you do.
No pressure.
It's going to be a tough one. I think you got it. This famous talk show helped Ellen DeGeneres come out on this show. Who was she? Famous talk show host who helped Ellen DeGeneres' character
Rosie O'Donnell.
Ellen come out. Wow, I can't believe you missed that one.
Was it Oprah?
Wait, so we have a
No,
we have
she
a
was on.
we
she
have
was
a
on Ellen. Ellen was on Rosie first, and they joked about.
So let me
I
ask the
eat
question.
Lebanese
Let me ask you the question.
food.
This famous talk show host helped Ellen DeGeneres' character Ellen come out.
Oh, Oprah. She was a
Okay,
therapist
that's
person.
correct. That is correct.
But Martha, you're kind of right about Rose O'Donnell because she went on Rose
Yeah,
O'Donnell
and they're
show
like,
when they
you
were
like
both.
Lebanese too?
They were both in the closet. They were both in the closet at the time, and Rosie was like, "I heard something about you that you're Lebanese."
You like Lebanese? You're part
And
Lebanese.
Ellen was like, "Yeah, aren't you Lebanese too?" And this is before they were both out.
She's like, I think I might be part
Do you
Lebanese.
have an extra
too."
question?
No, she got it right. It was good. That was good. I do normally prepare an extra question in the event of something like this, but I just feel like I needed. You got it right. We're good. You were getting technical. Like your LGBT knowledge, Martha, is deep.
Wow.
We'll go ahead and give it to Melissa.
No, Martha got it right. All right, Melissa, last question of the round. Over to you. Here we are. This late night TV show host who replaced Jay Leno in 2014 has welcomed and celebrated celebrities from all walks of life and can be seen palling around with the likes of Andy Cohen. Who is the late night TV show host who replaced Jay Leno in 2014?
Jimmy Fallon.
That is correct.
I think we can wrap it up there.
Tony,
I think you won.
where are we at with the
Do you
score?
usually wrap it up, Kendall?
Where are we at with the score?
So Melissa 9, Martha 6, but as we've seen before, round 2, 69. What?
Of course you'd see that.
Wait, Brian and Steve, what?
If you hear some voices and some laughter, we do have a extended live studio audience.
Yes.
So it is happening here. All right. So before we get
Give
to
up for
our key, we've got
This is a gay
BJ.
broadcast, but in this instance, there's a man named BJ here.
We've got BJ. We've got
straight guy here is named BJ.
we've got Gina.
We love BJ.
We got Steve.
irony.
We got Brian. We got Ben. It is a full house here today. Before we get to our kiki with Kendall, a word from our sponsor, Spencer.
Hey. Did you know the unemployment rate is under 4% in the U.S.? If you're trying to hire someone, then you probably already know that because you are having trouble finding quality candidates. Economy Works is here to help. Don't have time, energy, or the resources to hire? Economy Works is ready to help you write job descriptions, find candidates, review resumes, and phone screen candidates. Let the Economy Works Talent Network help you do more with less. Economy Works. When we work, the economy works. Find out more at economyworks.com. That's ECONOMIWORKS.com.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited y'all are here.
Me too.
Very. My first question, Martha, you were saying the city makes you moist and musty. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, it just brings out the natural moistness. Oils.
Okay.
Yeah. And musk, you know.
We're going to give that point to Melissa.
All right.
Okay, so tell me how you
Guess
two know
you're
each
an
other.
ally of Melissa.
Melissa's my ally. Tell me how y'all met, how you know each other. Martha Doyle.
Sorry, the medicine kicked in. She was my general manager when I moved from Louisiana to Virginia. So I met her there. We didn't hit it off at first.
Why? What was it specific about Melissa that you did not like at the time?
She was just a strong, opinionated woman,
Which is why you love her now, right?
which is why I love her. But, you know, we butted heads. I mean, usually people bow down, you know, when I speak.
When you speak.
When I speak. Yeah.
Melissa, tell me about when you met Martha.
Oh, I
Martha
didn't-
D. Doyle.
I didn't care for Martha at all. We have a mutual friend who was working with us at the same time, and he came dancing back to me. And well, first he went out. Martha came in to talk to me, and he went out and told her that he was me.
Oh yeah, he's like, "Hi, Melissa Rodriguez," and I said, "Well, you used to be," but he had a full beard.
Yeah, so he went out and interacted with her, and he came back and he's like, "Oh my God, you're gonna love her." And she worked at a Chili's and went through her whole little history. And he's like, "You're gonna love her so much." And I went out and
Didn't love her.
not so much, no. And we clashed. Yeah.
What was like the turning point? Because now y'all are extremely close.
Well, it's like we couldn't stand each other, like.
Even though the same people loved us both.
But like probably 3 weeks in, I thought I was gonna quit. Then I was working with her, and I'm like, all right, I respect her, but I don't like her. But I happened to see her at a bar one night, and I was drinking, and I bought her a shot because I was trying to get right with the Lord, and I was like, maybe she's thirsty. So I bought her a shot, and I was like 5 shots in, and then I was like, maybe you're not a bitch, maybe it's me. You're really nice. And then here we are in New Orleans.
That's similar to our story. But you still hate me, don't you, a little bit?
Yeah.
Wait, what is your story? You hated each other?
We met at Chili's too. No, we didn't hate each
I
other.
was just nervous.
She was
I remember you
nervous,
said
and she
that.
kept getting fired and rehired because they were short-staffed. So she probably got fired. How many times in the first?
I got fired 10 times, but I'd be like, Mr. Todd, I'll come clean the dish room. So he would give me 2 gallons of bleach, and I would, yeah.
To drink.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, will you tell my favorite stories when you tried to try out as a bartender?
No.
It was 15
No.
years ago.
There-
Is it still too
No.
soon?
Wait,
Yes.
who you tried or she tried to
So
bartend?
I was like the trainer captain at Chili's in the
For the wait staff. Or bartending.
bar captain and trainer captain, whatever.
Okay.
And you had whatever the titles are. And they had to try out at the time for bartenders, and Martha like pumped herself up. It was really cute, but it was
Like
the
that
general
morning,
manager, the
Like,
main
I
bartender,
played,
and me.
like music, and I pumped up. I was like, I got this. I'm going to be a bartender. I was like, even if they say I'm not good enough, I'm good enough, and I got this. And my roommate at the time was someone that worked there, and he's like, can you shut the fuck up? I was like, you're supposed to support me, Ralph.
So
then
she
I-
had to come out,
Ugh.
and she, poor thing, she was like dropping bottles, and you could see the sweat, the mustache sweat, like growing.
Because see, we're talking about it.
And all her lips were quivering.
I've been robbed. I've been in
shaking.
a bad car accident. That was the worst moment of my life. Like,
Trying to bartend.
Well, it was so long, time stopped, and I thought if I just started laughing and not holding my laugh in, it would loosen her up.
Not so much.
So then I started
I started
uncontrollably
crying
over
and couldn't
liquor.
stop.
Stop.
Not much change. I mean, I still cry.
You
over liquor.
still cry around liquor.
It was the worst moment. It was a horrible
She said
moment.
She cries
Yeah.
when she liquors.
Oh shoot! I had a really
So-
good question, Martha.
Well, before you get into your really good question, so if you look back to how Martha was then and how she is now and how she owns the bar where she works. Yeah, and she has so many people that come in there just to see her.
Yeah.
And she has built a huge clientele and people love her. And that's her personal
she does a good
connection with
job.
the people. Yeah.
And to
there's
me,
no
it
fear.
shows that you
There's no fear.
Somebody could screw up in the beginning, big time, like major. Just kidding. But then if you give them like opportunity, like
Yeah.
they didn't have time to hire somebody else. If you give them opportunity, it allows someone to like
Well, didn't when
get
you,
really.
They really weren't going to
potentially
have
get
me be a
really-
bartender. Finally, after trying out again and again, Katrina happened, and
then
they
Kendall
needed a
quit,
bartender.
right?
several
Isn't that how that
times.
went
yeah.
down?
Oh yeah.
You quit
Oh,
and shit out
yeah.
your shifts?
Mm-hmm.
I had one training
because I
chef,
quit.
and they needed like 4 bartenders, and they're like, "Get up there!" And someone's like, "I want a SoCo and lime," and I'm like, "Do we have lime? What's SoCo?"
What's SoCo?
Aren't you glad I quit?
Margarita.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Cocktail when the lady's like, Cuba Libre, and he's like,
You
bitch! Why didn't you just tell me it was a rum and coke?
That's how
So Martha and I have been best friends since 2003, so almost 17 years.
Wow.
Very close, and we have that type of friendship to where we can just be mean to each other. And people are like, "Oh my god, y'all are hateful to each other," but she
it
might
comes out of
cry at
love.
night, but she still loves me.
I mean, I just don't have white pillowcases anymore.
I know. You don't wear fake eyelashes anymore. And Melissa, when I was a flight attendant, I was based in Melissa and BJ. I was based in D.C. but living in Houston, so I would have to commute to D.C. like every week to start working. And Melissa and BJ are the most generous couple I've ever met in my life because they were like, stay, take whatever you want.
Just not my dog.
Yeah, they would let me play with their dogs. They'd let me rename their dogs without even asking for permission. So thank you so much. And we meet up at least once a year in New Orleans. And it's a lot of fun. You probably won't remember this entire weekend.
Well, we don't usually. It's just the bits and pieces that stick with us. But I will say also that the first time that we came here and everything that you know, like you have this amazing knowledge of, like you know so much history and you know so much culture. And coming here the first time and having you just introduce us to all this, like it's something that stuck with me. And I tell people all the time, they're like, really? You really love New Orleans? It's so dirty. It's this, it's that. I'm like, no, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And the culture and everything that this is about. And I know you embraced it, but just the amazing experience that you gave us when we first came here. I was telling Ben last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's an incredible city, and I want people to realize that. Tony, you and I were talking about this last night because you used to live here.
Yeah.
And there's a song, I forget who sings it. Do you know what it means to miss old New Orleans? It's just a city that kind of like, if you appreciate and understand and know the history, it kind of gets in your bones.
That's why I
and your
hate when
DNA.
people say, "Oh, it's like dirty and whatever," because it's like all you've ever done is go to Bourbon Street. Then, if you have that attitude, that's all you've ever done is go to Bourbon Street. Like you've never been anywhere else in the city. Because I mean, the food here,
amazing,
and just
food.
it's like everyone. I don't know. I feel like everyone is very friendly here. It's kind of a melting pot. They've got a lot of universities here. Like there have been people that I met here that the reason they lived here or moved here is they came here and they're like, I never want to leave. You know, like this one lady, she came here from the UK and she goes, I traveled the world and I'd never been in a city like this. And she's like, I'm not leaving. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like it because they don't understand it. Like if you say it's dirty, people from New Orleans are like, yeah, it's dirty. That's part of the reason why we like it. You know, like you can, the old crumbling buildings are actually
but there's like hidden treasures,
dirty,
and even in the dirtiest part of Bourbon
there might be
Street,
corpses in the
like,
attic, but
they're still like
they were there before Katrina.
And it gives it character because I feel one of my issues with Houston is they are just perpetually bulldozing everything and building brand new. Yeah, there's no appreciation for history and things like that.
Well, I just wanted to spend this little kiki to get to know y'all, and we're excited. And I'm so excited you're going to beat Martha in this game. So let's get to
I
it.
thought we already did that. I
round
thought
two.
I thought you crowned me already.
Round two.
We've got round two. Yeah, you're a winner, baby. I'm glad that Melissa remembered Kendall from this from their first New Orleans trips. Like I was just like chopped liver. Like she doesn't have any nice stories about me. Jeez, sad. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll do something nice.
Yeah, it's true. No, but I mean, we were talking to, like, I was telling Kendall the same thing. I was like, first time I came to New Orleans, I was like, meh, but because of his ability to like, oh no, look at the architecture, like feel the city and the sense and all the noise, like that's part of the charm of New Orleans.
Absolutely, but we also had more of a relationship with you. Because he traveled so much for work, and you were around, and you used to come see us at work, and you used to tell us stories through the jukebox.
I did. That's a thing. That's a
have
thing.
Those amazing Jessica margaritas and Melissa nachos.
Yeah, I had some Melissa nachos the other day.
That touched my heart.
I was like, Spencer was like, "Why are you ordering one like that?" Because I'm like, these are how Melissa makes them.
What are Melissa nachos?
They're from Chili's, and they have nachos, but you take the beans out, right? No, the queso out because they will put their Chili's queso on it. So take that out. So just the shredded cheese, beans, and then fresh jalapenos.
Nice.
And it's life-changing?
Life-changing.
It's amazing.
That and, I mean, everything's life-changing when you have those Jessica margaritas.
Well, yeah, they will change your life.
We will wipe your... And I'm sad because the Chili's I go to in Houston is not the same experience. And you went there.
The Heights?
Like,
Yeah,
it was awful. The management's... I mean, well, it's just a different experience.
Where is it?
Well, there's one in Sawyer Heights in Houston. Yeah. And it's not the same experience as in
The
Springfield.
experience is different. There's many challenges. But
I don't want to trash it. It's just a different experience.
Right, but aren't there a lot of there's 5,000 Chili's in
Yeah, but they're
Texas.
all outside of the loop, and when you're in Houston, you don't go outside of the
Okay.
loop. It's
I've
not a
never
thing.
been to Houston. I've never
You-
been invited to Houston.
You should come. Since maybe you guys take the long trip back to Virginia. You can go first west to Houston and then go back. I'm just saying, just a thought.
I have plenty of room, and I live like half a mile from Ben and Kendall, and like a mile from these guys.
Yep. So yeah, come on, come join
You
us.
never know.
Come join us. You can just
Maybe you can run the Chili's. It's right by my house.
there we go.
Melissa's like,
We'll change your
BJ,
beliefs.
sorry, I'll
She
be
would-
gone for a little while.
She turned that around. All right, so this wouldn't be a fun game show if we didn't have our second round. We gotta complete it. So, all right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, so quickly, what is our score again, Tony?
9-6, Melissa over.
Martha.
Wow. New broad in town, and you forget me.
Come stay at my house. I don't know your name, but Tony's used to that. He invites people over
In
to
my
his house.
defense, Kendall and Thomas can verify. I am in the mid stages of Alzheimer's.
He
It
is.
took him 30 seconds to remember Thomas and Kendall's
Yeah.
names.
Actually, I am terrible at names. Like I freeze up. I remember this to this day. I was out with Gina, who's in the audience, and we were at this was in college. We were at like Ninfa's or something like that, and there was a guy that was coming because we used to go to Ninfa's all the time, and so which is a Tex-Mex restaurant that is no longer around in Houston. They used to be all over. They're not there anymore. Or they have the original Ninfa's, but they don't have them all over the city like they used to.
Nymphos.
Not
Has like a
Ninfa's.
parrot. Has like
Oh.
a parrot on there.
But today I still remember this. We were at Ninfa's. I saw like a coworker of mine, and they were like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?" I was sitting with Gina and some other friends, and I was like, and Gina's one of my besties. Like, and so I was like, "This is my friend." And I forgot. I drew a blank on her name. I've known Gina forever, and I was just like, but this is also a fear from corporate America. Like when I would, I'll be on a conference call and you're trying to say everyone's name, like, oh, here's the people on the call. Like I would just draw a blank, and so I forget. But to this day, I still remember us sitting at that table, and I was like, Gina was just looking at me like, did you forget my name? And I was like, hello, yes, Root. But so Tony, I feel.
Thank you.
But you're old, so I understand why. I wonder.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get over it.
I don't know what it's like to be as old as you, though. All right, so let's go to the final round. This round consists of 5 questions. In this round, the first to chime in and answer correctly will earn 2 points. If the first person is incorrect or doesn't answer, the other contestant can answer the question and earn 1 point. All right. So this wouldn't be a gay podcast if we didn't twist it up a bit, though. So we didn't bring our normal noisemakers. So we do have a fan. We have a fan that Martha will thwart. And then Melissa, we've got because it's well needed, a bottle of pain reliever that you will use.
The game is rigged.
Yeah.
Hold the side that's closest.
Martha's trying to figure out how to thwart.
No.
She's gonna wind up throwing.
If you're gonna hold it,
She's gonna throw the
Do
fan.
we have a cup of ice or something?
You can opt to make your booty clap.
There we
That's
go.
okay.
Okay.
You can make your
Martha's
booty
got
clap
it.
if that's easier.
I will say, if we see Martha motioning, if she doesn't get the sound right, let her answer.
So
What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
yes, right. All right. So here we go. You guys ready?
Sure.
All right. Category is let's talk about gay stuff. All right. First question. So again, whoever chimes in first gets to answer. The TV show Designing Women premiered in what year? Martha.
1984-ish.
That is incorrect. Melissa, you want to give a guess? You don't lose any points.
1988.
That is incorrect.
86.
1986. All right, you guys were not listening
That's
that
when I was
closely on your
born. How
road
could I
trip.
remember
Yeah,
that?
true. You weren't even you weren't even born yet.
Yeah.
In Spencer's case, he actually wasn't born yet. So,
Aw.
all right,
real?
question.
2000, baby.
For real?
He was born in 2000. That would still make it
Cradle
legal.
robber.
Okay, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, is that still make it legal? I was
Yeah.
like, 19.
We're headed down a scary path here.
We are. All right, question number 2. In 1994, this man started the concept of LGBT History Month, which is in October this month. Melissa.
I'm just going to throw a name out there because I heard it on your podcast, Truman Capote.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Oh, it's on your... Martha.
Rodney.
Goldenrod.
It's like a.
We'll give it to you.
Jewish name?
We'll give it to you.
He was a
Rodney's
teacher.
We'll give you Rodney.
impressive, though. Hey,
Rodney Wilson. Martha is listening to this podcast. Yeah, she gets a point.
Good job, Martha.
He started in January, and by October, it was in full fledged.
She was
But
listening to
Kendall
that
didn't know about
podcast.
it.
He did not.
I'm actually impressed because I didn't even remember all that.
I'm
See,
very
Alzheimer's,
impressed.
Alzheimer's.
She was paying attention.
I know. Okay.
Melissa, it might be good to recall your answer in this next question. Whoever chimes in first, though. Wait, I gotta ask the question
I
first.
shook my pills.
I gotta ask the question. All right, ready? This writer wrote in cold blood. Melissa.
Truman Capote.
That is correct.
I'm very impressed.
For what it's worth, Tony's still trying to figure out how the scoring.
Maybe we should stand outside because the shade is
So,
here.
if anyone wants to catch us later to see if the score's correct, please call us.
Trying to do the score.
All right, question number 4. The lights went out in this state when the sugar baker's sister twirled her baton in the air. What state was it? The lights went out in
Georgia.
Georgia. That is correct,
Yeah, I would've guessed
Martha.
Can you
I
sing
said
it
I
for
said
us,
the
Martha?
sugar.
Come on.
No.
At least give us the end.
Lights went out in Georgia.
Yeah.
That's the night that they hung an
Oh,
innocent
hung.
man.
All right, we'll see if you guys get this one.
I thought it was the night that innocent man, he's hung. Like, I thought it was.
That's what Kendall said.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
that's what
that's
she
not-
meant.
Georgia.
That's what she meant.
Wait, the
Just
hung man
one.
in Georgia. That's
Yeah.
that.
Just one.
We don't want to talk about that. Okay, so this is the last question of the round of the potentially the quiz show. Tony, what is the score?
Well, if my math is correct, which is a bit shady, it's 11-9.
11-9.
So,
Oh my God! Thank God.
so if Martha gets this question, we have to go to a tie.
Sudden
Tiebreaker.
death.
Oh, frick.
Sudden death.
I don't
round.
think I have any. Well, we all right.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll ask the question.
I got it.
you
All
can
right.
ask a question about last night because I'm pretty sure it's dicey whether they will be able to answer it.
Here we go.
Honestly.
All right, question number 5. Last question. So if Martha gets this correct, she has a chance to tie the game. All right.
Go into overtime, Martha.
Shoot. Truman Capote was born in this city.
New Orleans.
That is correct. This is our first tiebreaker.
And we don't have a question.
That's okay. We can end in a tie.
I've got a tiebreaker question. So whoever gets this question correctly, this is from the podcast, will
I thought you
win.
were going to ask us what your name was.
Will win.
Just
Right.
remembering names.
What is my name? No. All right. Yeah. What is my middle name?
Jay.
Jay. All right. Here we go.
Juan.
Juan. Haters gonna hate.
Could be Jose.
It's Jason, thank you. My mom wanted to name
There's
me
nothing-
Jason,
There's nothing
did?
wrong with
Yeah.
the middle name being Jose.
but there's nothing
And
wrong.
why did she?
She not. My dad wanted to be wanted a junior,
Oh.
so my dad's name is Thomas, and so
What's
he
his
was
middle name?
he doesn't have a middle name, but because my mom wanted to name me Jason,
It's been
yeah.
No, a lot of Latino, like not a lot, but there are many people in the
Silence.
Latino culture because you carry both last names
Yep.
that they don't have middle names.
Yeah, so we didn't. I got Jason as a middle name, which
Yeah.
is very white. No, it should have been Lake Jose. And typically for a Latino,
Thomas Jason is
Thomas
pretty white name.
Jason. It is.
But you know, in my phone, there's no H in your name.
No,
You're Tomas.
Tomas. All right, a little flavor.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Tomas Lopez.
All right, so here.
I'm
Says
kind
the
of
Canadian.
Twilight White, and Kendall on his best day is not tan.
All right. Who's going to win this game? It's going to boil down to this question right here. Rodney Wilson, who led the charge for LGBT History Month, was doing this for a living when he started it. Martha.
I think a history teacher.
That is
Teaching.
correct.
Oh my God! She's undefeated again.
Martha coming back from behind. Wait.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
From behind.
Wait, where's this?
And all of a sudden, everyone's Grindr profile is on fire. But Martha, way to go!
Yay!
What's on fire?
Your
Your sex
vagina's
is
on
on
fire. Martha's vagina's on fire.
I feel we all need to go to Cat's Meow. We're all in a singing mood right
Your
now.
vagina's on fire.
I thought it was
So-
vag.
Oh, that vag is on fire.
vag.
That's what it is. So that's actually, we talk about stories where we kind of got to really know each other. We went to a Bon Jovi concert. So I went with Martha, Melissa, and BJ. And I mean, I'd known you guys, but not really known you.
No,
and
we met.
and the time. Not in the biblical sense, and I think
Each other in the biblical
and
sense.
I think the only thing that you guys remembered me prior to that was me telling your sons about something in the freezer. What was it?
Oh, because I had the really big Lip Smackers chapstick, and it fell off the top of her refrigerator into the ice maker. And Thomas, like, there was a family dinner. She cooked lasagna or something. Thomas was like, "Oh, you were getting your dildo cold." That's what she uses it for. Those lips.
So our kids are like in high school, and I'm saying this to them. So that's what she remembers me as, and that is the drunk guy who stumbles out of Chili's all the time. So then
more for the story.
The stories.
Because Thomas likes to play music that tells a story.
That and telling her bartender that I was going to kill her baby or
Her unborn
her
child.
unborn child.
I think you told her sister.
Yeah. No, I told her because why did I tell her that? It was all in jest, but she was making drinks, and I think she poured us a shot, and I was like, "I hope your baby die." Like I was like something like that.
It was said out of love.
And she knew I was kidding, but her sister did not, and so it was a big deal. So this is how Melissa knows me, and then we go to this Bon Jovi concert, and the song from Alicia Keys, "That Girl Was on Fire," was a big song.
Well, it started because at the Metro we missed the train.
Well, it
And
started
then I
because
peed.
we
on me.
pre-gamed at the house.
Right.
So it was very open that you were in the water sports. I wanted to be your friend.
You know what? This is the second time water sports NBA is coming up on this podcast, and it is not a thing. But yes, we did go to the end of the metro station stop, and you did pee, and I was covering for you. I was trying to provide a barrier, and you wound up peeing on me. Like it dribbled, not peeing on me, but
Right as you say, I'm not into water sports.
it did dribble on to towards me. It poured towards me, and then that's when I started the song "Your Vag Is on Fire," and I was singing it on the metro, and
At
Melissa
the top of his lungs.
at the top of my lungs,
And he was, Martha's vag is on fire, not your vag
Yeah.
is on fire.
And-
It was, Martha's vag is on fire.
And then when people looked over, that's Martha. Fire.
and yet they still came to New Orleans to hang out with me. So I appreciate that. It's good to see you
We
guys.
actually left the concert and met you at the bar.
We did. Yes, that is true.
That was a bad concert.
It was not a good
It
concert.
was bad.
I still have pictures of that where we were making faces, Martha, and I was taking pictures, and we're actually taking pictures of the rude couple behind us. But yeah,
Yeah, it was the only concert I've ever been to, and this is a Bon Jovi, a rock concert. People were upset. Me and Thomas were in the middle of 30 people, and no one would stand up.
Oh.
So a couple drinks in, I'm like, "Yo, it's a concert, get up!" And they're like, "What are you doing?"
Remember us yelling at people to take their shirts off too? There was
yeah.
that.
We thought, well,
No,
okay,
that was last night.
Yeah.
we're like, if we can make them mad,
Yeah.
then it'll be. We were surrounded, and these weren't older people. They were young couples.
Yeah.
So we decided just to look at random guys
But Bon
and say,
Jovi, if you're
"Take
a
your
listener,
shirt off."
we still love you.
We were
Love
Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
Yep.
It's just at the concert, it was a bunch of music that had just been released. They didn't sing any
Old
of the
stuff.
songs that made them,
Yeah.
I don't want to say famous, but that made them everything
Relevant.
that they are. Yeah. None of it.
I do hate when that happens. When you go to concerts and you go for the old stuff and yeah.
So anybody who knows me knows that I have this strange obsession with Def Leppard, and they come around every year. They're older than dirt, but they come around every year, and they get up on stage and they rock it out, and they sing every single song that people fell in love with them for. And Martha's been with me before. I go
Same
there
with
and
Brittany,
I turn
girl.
into
Same
a
with Brittany.
different person. They come on and I'm screaming every word to every song and just living my best life. But that's what made them
Yeah.
what they were. That's what made them iconic, and that's my opinion. But Bon Jovi is iconic, and Bon Jovi has been relevant since somewhere in the 80s when
Yep.
they came out with
Same
She's a Little
haircut since
Runaway,
then.
you know, and still to this day are releasing songs, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
But when people come to see you, mix it up.
Yeah.
Put it all in there,
Yeah.
you know? Be on stage for 3 hours because these people love you.
I agree. Yeah.
And-
Have you noticed as Bon Jovi gets older and older, he looks a little bit more like Cloris Leachman each year?
I haven't noticed that. He's kind of hot.
Oh yes, he is.
Well, our concert things go on. I mean, we last time, maybe a time or two ago, we met up for Jazz Fest here in New Orleans, and that was an event. We almost got kicked out because we were stirring up a controversy with a guy at the Stevie Wonder concert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was being
Thank God
homophobic.
Stevie didn't see it.
Yeah. He didn't. He was blind to it. But
Guys, come on.
wow. This is too. Jeez.
I thought you were gonna bring up the concert, the Killers concert, where
Oh.
you took a nap.
Where I did. It was a
At the
power
concert?
nap. Yeah, the back
No,
of the
but
hall.
before they came on.
Yeah, it was before they came on.
We were in Atlantic City at one of the place next to Harrah's. I was going to say Bellagio. It's not. It's where they play a lot of poker. Borgata. And we had gone to Atlantic City and for 2 nights, but the main motivation, we were sitting here
Yep.
down at the market, and Thomas was like, "Hey, the Killers are going to be at the Borgata in Atlantic City on this day," and we were like, "Great, let's go!" and bought the tickets and. So we went. It had been a long day. We were out in the sun.
Well, I met a
drinking.
friend up from high school
Yeah.
that I hadn't seen
Yeah.
since high school, and so
Yeah.
we met up in New Jersey,
Yeah, her and her.
and her boyfriend,
Well,
or
now husband.
now husband, yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Baby daddy.
her baby daddy,
It
yeah,
is her baby daddy.
and yeah, we got drunk and then to the the concert, and I was but I brought it when the concert started. All right,
did.
speaking
did.
of bringing it, Martha brought it today and won the game. Woo!
Marquita.
It's going to be a long ride back for you, Martha, with Melissa.
Winner
'cause
by
she's gonna be-
shots.
There we go. Yep, there you go.
We can't do shots while we're driving.
This is true. All right. So, what is a great game. Thanks, you guys, for joining us
Undefeated.
today. Martha is undefeated. Before we close out, can we have another word from our sponsor, Spencer?
Hey, everyone. Are you a small business owner trying to do it all? Take marketing, for example. Nowadays, a business has to have a Facebook, an Instagram, a Twitter, LinkedIn account. Who has time to take pictures, write posts, and get them all posted online? Let alone like, comment, share, and respond to followers. Don't worry. Economy Works is here to help. Let Economy Works Talent Network help you do marketing so you can grow your business. Economy Works. When we work, the economy works. Find out more at economyworks.com. That's economyworks.com.
Woohoo! EconomyWorks.com. By the way, if Chili's ever wants to sponsor the podcast, we are down for that, for whatever it's worth. All right. So, thank you to our sponsor, Economy Works. Thank you to our guests, Melissa. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank
It was
you for
great to have you on here. Martha, so good to have you back.
Thank you.
The reigning champion.
The reigning champion.
Undefeated.
And thank you for having our first tied game.
Yeah, it was
Y'all
exciting.
both showed up.
I'm here for you, you know?
We appreciate you bringing all the excitement, Martha, as per usual. Of course, I'd like to thank our what before I get into like our final. You guys, any fun parting words?
They don't have
Stay
to be fun.
sexy.
Yeah. What's your tagline, Martha? Come on, give us something. Give us an out. Something witty.
Pizza's
Wow.
like pussy, you can't eat the crust.
Meow.
Wow. All right. Thank
It's
you.
always Taco Tuesday for me.
It is. Let's be lit. All right.
Pink taco.
All right. You can find Martha and Melissa at anywhere you want to. They are out and about. They're here in New Orleans this week. And of course, I'd like to thank my co-host, Tony,
Hey.
Kendall.
Hello. Or bye. Goodbye.
All right. And our sound guy and commercial guy, Spencer. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed another special episode of Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, the quiz show edition. And be sure to follow us on the web at letstalkaboutgaystuff.com. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, and on Twitter at Talk Gay Stuff. Subscribe and download our podcast where you listen to your podcast, and we'd love to hear what you think. Leave us a review. So before we sign off, thanks to our studio audience. Woo-hoo. Thanks to everyone. All right, it was another fun
Yes,
episode.
please.
So for another episode of Let's Talk About Gay Stuff, we're here.
We're queer.
Get used to it.